everybody, and welcome to the show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. How you doing, man? Marcus Conti reporting on this first day of December. A new month for all of us. A new month. And what's next? Christmas time. Holy smokes! Felt like it was just summer, right? Didn't it feel like it was just summer? How fast the seasons change. You barely notice it, but right now it's as you can see down in my far left corner where the weather is. It's 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Here in Northeast Pennsylvania, cold like a mofo, like bitter cold, right? And it's like winter outside, right? And the leaves barely fell. I mean, the leaves are still falling. But it's cold, and in my neck of the woods, the next thing is snow, right? It's like if you don't think death comes suddenly, just look at the plants, and I mean, trees don't die over the winter. Eventually, they die, and then they stand there dead and ugly, and then fall on you, or land on your car. But anyway, so Mark Scotty reporting William Hall says it's 33 degrees in Syracuse, New York. Damn, nice. Weevil Girl, Glory. Good morning, Florida. Somebody down in Florida. Glory be down in Florida, where it's probably like 80. Anyway, man. So I want to talk about is the liberal left as we once knew it. You know, those liberals, the people that were used to be for everything and everybody. We're liberal. We want everybody to be included in everything. Right? Remember those people that their ideas were not conservative. Remember those people? Well, they're certainly not anymore any of those things. They're certainly not liberal, and they're certainly not willing to let anything go. They don't care about free speech. That's been proven. So today I want to explore a little bit that idea of, is the liberal left finally becoming unraveled, finally becoming is it being revealed that the liberal left is totally off the fucking wall on their views of what should be said on social media and what shouldn't be said on social media, for example. Now, who can speak and when they can speak and what they can speak about is, I guess, subjective. But when they do it right before an election, right, as Elon Musk, the great Elon Musk, the billionaire now owner of Twitter, keeps pointing out over and over and over again, is that in 2020, the Biden administration outwardly censored a story by the New York Post about the Hunter Biden laptop. Right? And on that laptop were startling revelations that link Joe Biden's contact with the governments of Ukraine and also Russian oligarchs, where Joe Biden and his son were doing quid pro quo deals while Daddy, the then Vice President of the United States, was the sitting Vice President of the United States, doing quid pro quo, meaning that we'll give you a favor, you give us money, and we'll give you a favor. Right? That is when someone interferes with a story like that. That's election interference. People are speaking openly on Twitter and other platforms, and a certain administration is saying, a government agency under the direction of Joe Biden or Joe Biden's allies, is saying that, no, that story can't be viewed because it's damaging to American democracy. It's Russian propaganda. So are these clear and unequivocal gaslighting lies told by the Biden administration finally starting to fizzle out? The stranglehold that they have on big tech. They're not doing it in a bubble. They're not doing it and just throwing it out there and saying, Twitter is full of conspiratorial, people that want to harm our country. They're not saying that. They're telling the FBI to go basically threaten people like Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook, saying that, you got to censor the story because it's probably Russian propaganda, right? And going after, openly threatening Elon Musk. The Biden administration has openly threatened Elon Musk, saying that they're likely to investigate him for something else, for whatever. And that's what's going on in terms of censorship. This channel, for example, this reporter, Marcus Gandhi, I get censored all the time for things that allegedly happened 2 and 3 years ago. It's never for today's speech. It happens today at opportune moments, like right before the November 6th election in the great state of Pennsylvania, while I'm talking about Oz, the guy who has the potential to swing the Senate in the favor of the Republicans. Suddenly a guy like me, who's on the ground reporting about it, gets banned. Right? That's election interference. Right? Am I that important? Am I that powerful? Well, I think that although the audience isn't big, I think the quality of my audience is people that have influence watch it. I know that the New York Post follows it. But that's what's going on. And my concern, just like Elon Musk, is is it getting less in this country? Are we seeing a break from that? Right, and I think there's signs of it. Also, talk about the market, stock market. Yesterday, look at the gains, fantastic, powerful, amazing gains on Wall Street yesterday. Look at that, the Nasdaq. Nasdaq was up 4.5% in one day. Dow Jones Industrial Average up almost a little over 2%. S&P 500 up 3% in one day, and the futures are now pointing towards a higher open. And what's all the controversy over there? It has to do with the Fed interest rate. The Federal Reserve under Jerome Powell has said that instead of 75 basis points, they're going to drop it down to 50 basis points. It's still a rate hike. However, it's less, indicating that they foresee the continued upward trajectory of interest rates as being something that they can stop and or reverse in the near future. So Wall Street likes that. And if they keep doing that, we can call this the bottom, because that's where Wall Street, that's what they've been waiting for. They've been waiting for, you're driving, home equity, mortgages are now topping 7%. They were 2.5% 2 years ago, right? 7% on a mortgage. People don't want to pay that. Right? So homes are going to sit unbought. Cars are not going to be bought. Credit cards are not going to be used as much. You got to stop this, right? Is this an effort to rein in inflation? I don't know. I don't think it works that way, but nonetheless, we have some resemblance of sanity on Wall Street. So this is my thumbnail today. I want to talk about this as well. This is Tim Burton, the great cinematographer and creator of this new movie or show with that is now being deemed racist. Right? What is the story? I don't really know the details of this. Tim Burton. Yeah. So Tim Burton, they're saying that because the blacks that were cast. See, there's blacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5, maybe 4.5, 5. 5 blacks were cast in this movie, although the lead is white. They're saying that because the blacks in the movie weren't held in a very, very positive light, right? That they were part of some kind of oppression or something. That the movie itself is racist. Now, hasn't Black America wanted to be engaged in everything? They have to be. No, they don't want to be involved in everything. They want to be in front of everything, right? And there's case in point. Oh no, you cast the blacks as the villains in your movie, therefore it's racist. All right, so we'll look at that because that's also intimately connected to censorship in our country. Right? Right? Movies being pressured. A guy like Tim Burton, a fucking genius, right? Guy who makes amazing, unprecedented movies. Where is he? There he is now under fire, being called a racist after a career of amazing cinematography. He made a documentary on Daniel Johnston. He didn't make the documentary, but he was the cinematographer. He held the camera, right? He basically captured the story in terms of what you see, the video. So he's a very influential artist, and that's the reality. He's doing his work, and you'll see more about how he defends it. I'm not a racist. They called me a racist. What the fuck are you talking about, right? So anyway, so that's what we'll talk about. A lot of Elon Musk stuff going on right now. Elon Musk on the roll, on a really executive role to try his hardest to bring freedom of speech back to America finally, right? And stop all this by revealing the deep corruption that was Twitter, and how they were manipulating and ultimately swung an election against Trump. So this is election interference. That's what it is. We used to call it rigging and faking and all that, but we don't use those terms anymore. We'll just call it interference, right? Like in a football game, right? When you get a penalty and a foul, right? And it's interference. So we'll look at that story as well. So my name is Marcus Conte. I do have a website. Oh, by the way, I won't be here tomorrow. Friday, I have something to do. It's actually more of this, but I want to, I need the time. I need the full breadth of the morning to get what I'm trying to do done. It's going to be I'm very, very rigorously planning a tobacco video at this moment, and I'm trying to get all the pieces in place, and then I want to use my my creative best in the morning. So this is Thursday. I'll see you guys on Monday, and we'll continue the discussion. So anyway, but I have a website. It's marcusconti.com, and every morning at 9 a.m. we're live. We're live. All you have to do is come to the website, and you'll know where. In a perfect world, we're on YouTube, my main channel. In an unperfect world, we're on my YouTube second channel, Marcus Conti 2. And in an imperfect world, which is always in the background, always possible, we shoot over to D Live, and we have the discussion there and then post. So anyway, thank you. Ray Frey is joining us from Texas. Thank you wherever you are in this great country and around the world. Again, so Marcus Conti, this is my website. We're broadcasting live right now on YouTube, and these videos are posted across Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you consume social media. We're there. With or without you. No, we're there. We're there with you, and because of you. So anyway, so what else we got here, man? We got here. Oh yeah. So let's start here. So cops now. This is a follow-up to the Idaho murder. Right, four students slain in their sleep with a big ass knife. Right? Now, this is not, I'm not wielding a knife. I'm just showing you an example of the type of knife that might have been used. They're saying that it was some sort of, you know, Bowie kind of fucking knife or whatever. But a guy walked in there and he hatcheted 4 people. But that's not so spectacular. The thing about, because it happens a lot, the spectacular part of it is they haven't got the guy yet or the girl. They don't know who did it. Right? So, and there's not a lot. Usually they catch the guy, they catch the person right away. It's usually somebody they knew. But in this case, it doesn't seem to be the case, which brings up the possibility of, which we haven't had in a while, is a serial killer on the loose. Is this guy Son of Sam? Is he out there, you know, ready to kill again until they catch him, like Son of Sam? But anyway, cops now unsure if slain University of Ohio students were killed in targeted attack. So if it's a targeted attack, it's probably an isolated incident, right? One lone killer just eludes the police forever and ever because. Right? But if it isn't a targeted attack, you got a psychopath, a potential serial killer out there killing people because, you know, it's always some ridiculous, you know, for Son of Sam, it was the dog, his dog was barking, or the dog next door was barking too loud and it caused him to kill. So anyway, authorities investigating the slayings of 4 University of Idaho students walked back a key detail in the grisly case, revealing Wednesday that detectives actually aren't sure if the quadruple homicide was a targeted attack. Right? That's stunning, as the Post points out. The stunning revelation came after local police told the public from early on in their investigation that they believe a killer or killers targeted the victims in the brutal knife attack last month. In a news release posted to their Facebook page, Moscow police, Moscow in the state of Idaho, not Moscow, Russia, blamed the apparent change in theory on a miscommunication with prosecutors. All right, so there it is. There's the house. Some psychopath walks in. I hope it was snowing when he did it because at least you'll get some footprints. At least you'll get an idea of the size of the animal that did it, right, by his footprints or some other, indicator, right? So these are the 4 victims circled were inside the Moscow house. All right, so this is new. Yesterday we didn't know the mental observations or the physical observations of the students killed. And here you got, they're all like, they look like country pumpkins, right? All big smiles with their bleach blonde hair and 3 girls and a guy, right? Why was the guy in there sleeping with the girl? Who was the guy sleeping with? You got to ask yourself, because that's a possibility. Why, unless he's gay and he just shares the pad with them? Why is there 1 man and 3 women? Right? You got to ask yourself, who was the man sleeping with? The 21-year-old dude, was he in his own bed? I doubt that. Was he snuggled up next to somebody else while they killed him? Probably. But they're white. They are white. White people slaughtered in Idaho, right? Where's CNN? Where's MSNBC, right? Where's Black Lives Matter? Oh, it's just white people. Don't worry about it. There's plenty of those, and we're trying to get rid of them anyway. So all these folks were found inside dead, and that's all I really want to say about it. At this time, no suspect has been identified, and only vetted information that does not hinder the investigation will be released to the public, says the police. So that's pretty, fucked up, right? That they haven't caught the guy, no suspect. But this is what we do know, that a knife was used in the murder, and there are 4 dead bodies, dead people, 20 and 21 years old each. all white, you know, it doesn't seem to indicate, religion or, were they all Christians or something like that? They were just college kids, right? College kids. So we'll keep following that story, find out what happens, if we can find the murderer. Find the murderer. Who done it, right? It's interesting, right? Where's that guy dog? Where's the dog, right? The murder investigator. This is a hot story, right? There's a murderer on the loose in the great state of Idaho, right? Who done it? So as Elon Musk fights censorship, states take aim at Anthony Fauci and big tech. So it does look now that Elon Musk is on the side of freedom of speech, decensorship, de-radicalizing his own company, Twitter, fired half of them, gave them an ultimatum, and now they're all flipping and flopping, saying, "Oh yeah, censoring the president and censoring the Hunter Biden laptop story was outright wrong," but they still did it, right? They did it. They followed along, right? They followed along and did it. So while we await Elon Musk's promised release of the Twitter files, Elon Musk has got his hands on the Twitter files detailing the 2020 censorship of the New York Post, their story on Hunter Biden. He has been busy fending off threats to destroy his new $44 billion acquisition unless he drops his commitment to free speech. Now, is that a bold thing to say? Is that reaching? No. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to shut Elon Musk down. Right? You can't even, and he took it private, right? Only a billionaire like Elon Musk could have done that. Pay off all the shareholders, shut the fuck up. This is my company, right? And if you don't like working here, get out, right? There's the door. Yeah, you want some money? Okay, here's some money. Get out of here, right? And that's how Elon Musk is handling it. Elon Musk tweeted a video Wednesday afternoon of Apple's headquarters where he was strolling around the headquarters with the Apple CEO, Tim Cook, whom he is accused of threatening to drop Twitter from the Apple Store. It goes on to say that Cook, in fact, never said that. That was propaganda. That Apple planned to drop Twitter from the App Store. False, not true. According to Elon Musk and the CEO of Tim Cook, that never happened. Right? That never happened. So here's some of the allegations: colluding with the FBI. Right? This was election interference, as Musk confirmed in a tweet Wednesday on Twitter. Quote, Twitter has interfered in elections, and it probably did so in collusion with the FBI, which had been spying on the Post's source, Rudy Giuliani. Right? Was Rudy Giuliani being spied on? Yeah, of course he was. Always, always, always for something else. It's never for the real reason, which he had the goods on Joe Biden and his son prior to an election. The truth about who Joe Biden and his son really are. Right? And so they went after him for other nonsense, just make something up. Just go after him and make something up. Right? So here you have a billionaire, Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, saying openly that the FBI, the White House, colluded with the FBI to silence free speech on Twitter. Now that's a pretty heavy revelation. It's a heavy thing to say. Now, Elon Musk has to follow it up with the goods. When did the decision to censor Donald Trump occur? When did these types of decisions to silence the vast majority of conservative voices, people who disagreed with the Biden administration's run for the presidency and refused to listen to anything that pointed to election discrepancies, When did these decisions occur? This is interference in a social media company, a publicly held social media company, government agencies threatening these companies. You better do what we tell you to do, or you're going to have some problems, or we're going to investigate you. And you better hire some lefty liberals to run the place so we don't have to come after you all the time, right? That's what's going on here. So we will soon know if Musk sticks to his promise to reveal all, which he says is, quote, necessary to restore public trust in Twitter. Amen. You know, amen. Holy fucking Elon. Holy Elon. The Biden administration, naturally, is not happy and ratcheted up its intimidation campaign against Musk Wednesday when U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen declared that efforts by Apple and Google to remove Twitter from their app stores would be a kind of control that I think is needed. Right? This is the government telling you that, oh yeah, Apple, we're not telling Apple and Google to do it. We're just telling you that it's needed. You see how they do it? It's a covert threat. What happens if Apple and Google defies the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen by not doing what they're told to do? Then they'll have an investigation up their ass, ass, right? Here you go. So if you don't believe that, the president launched into Musk the day after the midterms with a manifesto-style warning that his administration, would be investigating whether the 51-year-old billionaire is a, quote, national security threat. That's the president of the United States launching a investigation, right, over his purchase of the social media company. The White House keeps saying ominously that it is keeping a close eye on Twitter. Right? That's fucked up. Right? That is calling Elon Musk a national security threat for letting people exercise their First Amendment right on a social media platform in the public square is a national threat. Right? Does that click to people watching this? Is that clear how government is influencing big tech? And at the microscopic level, there's people like me that get kicked off YouTube 3 times a month for nothing, for just pointing out these simple facts that big tech is under fire from. We're trying to help you, YouTube, Apple, Google, Twitter, Facebook. We're coming to your rescue, right? I know it's easier to just step on people like me and now Elon Musk, but why don't you collude with the people, right? Isn't that a fancy idea? Why don't you listen to the people, right, for a change, and let the people have these open discussions on social media? I think you would get a very good result. So, so again, we're going to find out, not only the censorship issue, but the suppression of scientific data throughout the pandemic, aggressively forcing people to take injections that they didn't need or want, forcing them to wear masks that are totally unproven to stop anything under certain conditions. Right, and so on. Right, you see how I have to parse my words here on YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about. Right? You know what I'm talking about in terms of governmental interference in public speech, in public discourse, in public opinion, in public decision making, in public elections. Government is leaning down on all of these things all at once. No doubt about it, right? And I was almost ready to say, unfortunately, we have to rely on Elon Musk and his type to bring it, to the forefront, and that's okay. I'll accept that. I don't care who does it, right? So that's really happening in your country right now. Elon Musk, this is also another Elon Musk story, very interesting. Elon Musk expects Neuralink's brain chip to begin human trials in 6 months. Now, you read it right? Elon Musk owns a company called Neuralinks that manufactures and develops brain chips. Chips in human brains that have the ability to control behavior, can control vision. Some people that are blind can control vision. Right? So let's read, right? Now, I know a lot of people are afraid of that. Oh, yeah, they're going to chip everybody, right? They want to chip everybody for identification purposes. But here's the same guy, Elon Musk, fighting for free speech in the world, owns the owner of Twitter. Now we find he's also engaged in manufacturing chips. So let's find out if it's a bad thing or something we might look forward to. Elon Musk said on Wednesday he expects a wireless brain chip developed by his company Neuralink to begin human trials in 6 months after the company missed early timelines set by him. The company is developing brain chip interfaces that it says could enable disabled patients to move and communicate again. With Musk adding on Wednesday that it will also target vision restoration, restoring vision in people that either never saw before or can't see anymore. Now that's some good stuff, right? But you could also see how it could also swing like, all right, we got them. We know this one is chipped, right? And they're following you around, right? They don't even have to follow you around. They'll do it through a satellite, which Elon Musk already owns, right? Elon Musk will have 1 million people chipped, and he'll control the SpaceX satellite where from a handheld device, he can control the minds of 1 million people by pushing a button. He's like, let's see what my 1 million chipped people are thinking right now. And he can go, and 1 million fucking people are going to get hit with a wave, and they're going to suddenly see the light. Right? You do see the ramification of something like that. You could see the potential misuse of it. Right? Not right away. Take 5 years, 10 years. And then, the CIA and the FBI and that, and all the intelligence agencies in America will say, hey, that's pretty good technology. The Chinese will do it first. They'll chip everybody. That's the negative side of it. Right? Based in San Francisco Bay Area, Austin, Texas, Neuralink has in recent years been conducting tests on animals. Okay. We want to be extremely careful, says Musk, and certain that it will work well before putting a device into a human. All right, here we go, man, with devicing humans. There they go. The progress at first, particularly as it applies to humans, will seem perhaps agonizingly slow, says Musk. But we are doing all of the things to bring it to scale in parallel. So in theory, progress should be exponential. You got to love Elon Musk, man. He talks around the subject like nobody else. So I don't know. Look, it can restore vision. It can enable movement of muscles in people who cannot move, right? Even if people were born blind, they could restore vision. That's pretty insightful. That's pretty promising if they can do it. Right? Why not do it? Right? So again, the great Elon Musk, he's got his hands in all kinds of things. He's everywhere. And here's some honesty about Twitter. We're finally getting it, right? So Yoel Roth, this young man over here, this guy right here, lefty liberal, is coming clean. He admits mistake of censoring posts Hunter Biden scoop. Look, I'm not a lapdog for the New York Post. I'm just pointing out that the New York Post had an explosive story about about Hunter Biden and his involvements in Ukraine. Right? And I don't want to, relitigate that whole era, but that was pretty heavy. Remember, the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, who was vilified and terrorized by the CIA and the FBI in America for allegedly colluding with Trump to expose Biden. You remember that story? You remember how that panned out, right? Where the Biden administration's supporters, it wasn't the Biden administration yet. It was candidate Biden running to knock out Trump, who was impeached for those very actions by the left. The left impeached Trump for talking to Zelensky to expose Biden. And then what happens is the United States pulls its support away from Ukraine because of Zelensky siding with Trump. Any support of Zelensky is then support for Trump. You see how that panned out? And what did Putin do? What did Russia do? They invaded Ukraine. They took it back because there was a power vacuum. Who caused Ukraine to fold? I would say the Biden administration, because of the censorship. You see the chain reaction? Biden would have never been in that position to, he would have probably not been elected president if there wasn't this type of election interference in our country. Right? You see how you connect the dots where, the Biden and his son, that story was censored. So I think that's clear. And this guy is confirming it. Right? So the former Twitter executive, this guy Roth, is that his name? Yeah, Roth, a Jew, a liberal Jew, Hyman Roth. You remember Hyman Roth from The Godfather? Roth, the former Twitter executive and safety chief who played a key role in the censoring the New York Post expose on Hunter Biden's infamous laptop, has admitted it was a mistake. Right? More than 2 years later, while his online boss, Elon Musk, acknowledged Wednesday that the social media giant has interfered in elections. Wow, what a day. The day has come where the owner of Twitter has said openly that we interfered in elections. Social media company admitting it, right? That's unprecedented. You don't need a court of law to now confirm it. The owner of Twitter is now telling you, based on the evidence that he has in his possession, that Twitter interfered with the 2020 election. All right? So let's see the left now spin that one. That's the evidence. That's where the evidence points to. That's what everybody was saying prior to the election, and deemed that any kind of talk like that is punishable by expulsion from YouTube. All right, so this video might get canned because I'm just talking about a New York Post article. I'm not making it up, YouTube. I'm reporting on what is happening. Am I advancing in a sensational way? No. Right? So you'll be accused of advancing a story in a sensational way as well. That's another way that the censorship works around here. You're advancing it. You're sensationalizing it. No, I'm not. I'm stating the fact that Twitter is openly admitting that they interfered in the 2020 election. I'm not saying it. The owner of Twitter said it. Right? And Joel Roth is saying it, former CEO of Twitter. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Joe. Fess up already. Stop doing it. So what? You lose an election. Big fucking deal, man. Is it that important? Is it worth causing a world war like you almost did in Russia with Russia? Is it worth sinking a sovereign nation like Ukraine because of what you did and what your son did and what you didn't want the people to know about you and what your son did? Is it worth it, Joe Biden? I don't think so. And I don't think anybody here watching it thinks so either. So anyway, man. So maybe they should chip Joe Biden. Right? Ron Frey says, just call me Chip. Yeah, man. We're all going to be chipped soon, right? We probably already are through the, the boostedity, right? You get that and you're chipped, man. That shit floats around your it floats around your body, man. And a guy like Elon Musk can control you, man. They're trying to control you, man. But it is set up. So what else we got? Fucking. Oh, yeah, so I wanted to talk about this. Let's look at the market first. And ding! Oh my God, we're open. We're open. Holy shit! So everything is up. Everything is up right now. Let me click the refresh button. And Nasdaq pulled down a little bit. Excuse me. Nasdaq is up 55. Dow pulled back 67 points, but it was up 700 yesterday. So we'll take it. We'll take the gains right now. Nasdaq moving upward. That's a good sign right there. Nasdaq at 11,500. Let's see if it could break, 13,000 by Christmas. Santa Claus rally. Can anybody say Santa Claus rally? I can. I'm gonna smoke my tobacco. Smoke break. Hey, take 5, man. We're smoking. This is not weed, by the way. For somebody who said that in the chat. It's tobacco and my tea. I need a tea break too. So there you go. There you go. Even the fact that the liberal left is crumbling, we want to look and see how Wall Street perceives it. Right? Well, it looks like maybe it's a good thing, right? Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft got hammered over the last 6 months, all down bigly. Maybe this news of the great Elon Musk ready to change the face, lead big tech away from overt political censorship, right? Because, look, again, I can't emphasize enough that it's never, the government never comes after you for the reason that they're coming after you for. They come after you for some other reason and make the reason they're coming after you for go away. For example, if you're Elon Musk, let's look at his taxes. Somewhere along the line, he must have cheated. Right? That's how they come after you, and that's what Elon Musk and everybody else has to watch for as government agencies crack down on free speech, the right of people to speak openly, right? So positive news coming out of Wall Street. Again, NASDAQ was up 4.5% yesterday. It's up another 0.5% right now. All of the large tech companies are up. Look, I'm not anti big tech. I'm not anti Google. I'm not anti Apple. I'm anti censorship. And right, that's all I am. I don't like that big tech is being used like a cheap whore, right? And that's what they are. They've all become cheap whores, right? At least big tech didn't like Trump. That's a healthy balance. When big tech and media doesn't like the government, that's to the advantage of the people, right? Or at least, not that they don't like it, but they're not owned by it. They're not, and also you've got a Republican Congress right now that wants to expose the Biden administration's shenanigans in the Ukraine, which almost caused a world war, which still can cause a world war. And so you want to blame, hey, fucking Ukraine, wake up. Get your head out your ass and know who created the power vacuum in your country that allowed Putin to walk in and freely take the whole fucking country. That was America. That was NATO. That was England. That was the British government. That was us doing that over here on the other side of the pond. Not us per se, the people. Us, the government that we're forced to, and enslaved by. So anyway, man. Chris Milk says, "Pass the whiskey." It's not whiskey, man. You guys think I'm like some fucking. I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking tea in the morning, and I'm smoking herbal tobacco, which you're going to see a video very soon. Um, about. I'm not all fucked up, man. Relax, man. Relax, man. It's tea. It's mint tea. You can grow it in your yard too. What else do I want to say about the market? Everything up. We're holding. We're now 21 minutes into the session, and it looks like yesterday's gains are holding. That's very, very strong. Very, very bullish. Because when something like that happens, when there's a big bump up, what happens is traders will come in and they'll wait for the dip. And if there is no dip, they just run it back. They just keep running it up, right? So watch for 10:30. Watch at 10:30 what happens. I bet there's another rally upward, and it's all because of this big story right here. Fed Powell rate hikes to slow, but adjustment just beginning. All right, so that's a good news. They're targeting interest. Need to slow inflation. Whatever it is, whatever the fucking story is, it always changes. But Powell and the Federal Reserve are jacking up the interest rates a little slower now. Instead of 75 basis points, they're going to jack it up 50 basis points, which means that the rate of inflation in their eyes is coming down a little bit, right? Right? You know, because again, people that sell goods and services will sell at a higher price because they can get it. There's that much money circulating around. And as long as people are willing to buy their stuff at a higher price, they'll keep selling it at that price. But when people stop buying it at that price or buy a lot less of it, then price meets, supply and demand comes into balance. That's what we're experiencing right now, an imbalance in supply and demand, right? And then, right, so that's essentially what it is. Right? That's what they're trying to do. So what else we got here? So let's talk about Tim Burton, Wednesday, the movie or show. What is it? It's a Netflix special. Okay, so Tim Burton, the great cinematographer, who makes things look very, very spooky and interesting, put together a Netflix show called Wednesday, and they called it racist for casting black actors as bullies. How ridiculous, right? That's the left saying, we saw the show, man. We saw the show and we think it's racist because all the blacks, even though there's blacks in the show, they're all bullies. Really? So let's let Tim Burton tell us. Director Tim Burton and Netflix are under fire from fans who claim the casting and undertones of the new series Wednesday are racist. Now, why don't you be honest? What fans? What fans? They're all radicalized lefty liberals that all they see, regardless of their own color or gender, all they see is racist white men trying to control them. That's all they see. Every word out of their mouth is, how come these rich white men control everything? It's racist, man. Right? Join us. Right? It's simply not true, firstly. Right? That's first. Right? But anyway, the show, a drama highlighting Wednesday Addams, right, from the Addams family, as a boarding school student, premiered last week. I did not see it. I'm sorry. Critics have taken issue with black actress Joy Sunday playing a mean girl at the Nevermore Academy, and black actor Emin Marsan portraying a bully and the son of a corrupt mayor. Oh, no. Tisk, tisk. Bad white man Tim Ryan for casting blacks as bad people. you got to reserve that for the whites, because the whites are bad and the blacks are victims always. Any misunderstanding of that is racist, right? Guy can't make art. He can't do his art. They're in his fucking art. Right. Critics have taken issue with black actress Joyce on the the mayor also and where's the credit that this guy Tim Burton cast all these young black actors in the show, probably not because they're black, but because they were talented, right? Where's that? Where's the kudos to Tim Burton for bringing blacks into the movie? Nothing. Silence. No, it's racist because they weren't held in the light that we think that they should be held. It's really crazy when you talk about this stuff, how absolutely ridiculous it is. Free speech, that's the answer. Free speech. Say whatever you want and shut the fuck up and let other people say what they want. And they'll shut the fuck up while you're talking, right? That's called, a clash of ideas. Healthy dialogue. It doesn't weaken the democracy. It creates democracy. It's the foundation of democracy. A clash of ideas. Get it right. Right. So a rep for Burton, they refused to. So here's the black actress with fake blue eyes. Are those real eyes? Are those your real eyes, or are you trying to act white? See, that's racist, man. She's got. Why is the black actress wearing white person's eyes? That's racist, man. She wants to be white. Because I don't know any black people with blue eyes, do you? I maybe a few, but it's very rare. It's very rare. But here she is wearing her blue eye contacts. Right? And there's Wednesday Addams. How come she's not a black? How come the angry pilgrim, right? The son of a mayor is the bully. Look at the cast. Look at the cast. It's every different color, shape, and size, right? I only see one white guy. I only see one white girl. Two whites, and he's probably not a full white. And she's not even a full white. She's half Mexican, which makes her only half white. She's half Mexican and a quarter Latino, right? Because we have to look at that as well, right? We have to consider those ideas. So here's the actress. See, oh, there's her real eyes. You see, I was right. I was right. Look into her eyes. Look into her eyes. There it is. There's the evidence. Where's the evidence? The evidence of a black with brown eyes. But over here, she has white eyes. That's racist, man. I find offense to that. I find offense. That's a sick thing to say, but I find offense to a black person trying to impersonate, making fun of me. I have blue eyes. Here's the evidence. You see my eyes? My eyes are blue, right? And her eyes are not blue. She's trying to push up on my space, right? I have privilege. I have blue eye privilege, white privilege, right? This is what they say in their minds, right? I don't give a fuck about what color your eyes are, to be honest. I don't care if you're what you are. I don't care. I look at you and say, are you a good actor? I look at Dave Chappelle not as a black comedian. I look at Dave Chappelle as a fucking genius, right? That's the way, or any other, I look at Jimi Hendrix as one of the greatest guitar players who ever lived, right? I don't look at him as a black guitar player, right? But the left now views it as black and white, right? And all people who don't see it are racist. It's fucked up. It's wrong. I'm over an hour right now, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up. But you get my point. You get my point, right? So poor Tim Burton. Tim Burton getting blasted. Here's a movie that Tim Burton made. He didn't make it, but he was the cinematographer for it. Daniel Johnston, hi, how are you? I'm not going to play the audio because it's copyright, and then we'll get whacked for showing it. But there's the video if you want to watch some of Tim Burton's work with an artist that I love, Daniel Johnston. In fact, if you watch it, you'll see what inspired me with the album that I just put out. A bunch of songs that I wrote, spontaneously. Let's talk about art for a second. I'll let Bob Dylan take us out.
Chronicles, Volume 1.
You know what? I'm not gonna play this because I have a fear of. I think this is good content right here, and I don't want to get copy struck for using someone else's content. So I'm gonna end it here. I'll talk about Bob Dylan another time. So thank you all for joining me, man. Marcus Conte reporting. Thank you to the 30 some odd people for joining us as well. Il Topo says she made her brown eyes blue. That sounds like a song. You made my brown eyes blue. You make my brown eyes blue. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend. As I said earlier, I won't be here tomorrow, Friday. I'll be working on something else. I got to work on a very lengthy tobacco video. And I need my brain power in the morning to do it because doing it as a second video, if you make videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's I put my all on the line when I do this. I go all in. So I want to make sure I have my all when I do the tobacco video tomorrow. So I will see you guys on I'll see you guys on Monday, and have a great weekend. And I'll post the tobacco video will come, and then I'll talk about it on Monday so you can find it. It'll probably be on it's a Granny Cat production, so it'll be over there.